So I'm here at the Firestone. My buddy Kyle, he's always the one that does all my wheels and tires. Yeah.
The pattern looks great. It looks like a knockoff Nitto, but
yeah,
they feel sticky.
Yeah, it's a Atturo.
Once you get that top layer off.
AZ 850 drag radial. I noticed, to be honest though, if you compare it to like a Mickey or a Nitto, it's hard.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Like when you get a Mickey, like when you stick your finger, like it'll sink in. Yeah, this one's kind of like, and it's got a sheen to it too. So overall, we'll see. Give me your opinion of them. Otherwise, I mean, they look like a good tire. They're gonna replace these Michelins. So these are a 315/30, and we took off a 305, I believe. Dude, those brake pads, man, look at that. I need to get those power stops or whatever, the carbon ones.
They balance out fantastic. Like, I'm really impressed.
Well, that's why I was putting you on film here. So like how many ounces? Like an ounce or like
half ounce here and 1 ounce on the other side.
Really?
So, yeah.
So half ounce here, and then he's saying 1 ounce on the other side. So these are $350 drag radials. And if they hook and they balance out that good, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, here's what we took off. So I'm gonna throw these away. They're probably worth a lot. You think so or no?
Yeah, I mean.
But I don't have room for them.
Well, stop buying cars.
Stop buying cars. I'm talking about in the car. I love the way that looks. Good news. So we have the Atturo drag radials installed on the Project C8 Corvette. We've put a little bit of miles on it, and we cannot really tell the difference. Honestly, I mean, you know, some of the Mickey Thompsons and some of the softer drag radials kind of go all over the road a little bit at high speeds and they wander. These tires, you can't really tell. They are a very hard tire, so I don't know really what to expect. I'm very excited right now. I was waiting to have those tires on, and then for the weather to be back into the low 50 range. That way this is comparable to the last runs that I made. To go over that real quick, I believe the best we had last time was an 1143 at about 123.5. I'm hoping that these tires will drop the 60 foot about 2/10 and get into the 1/8. I think we were in the high 19, low 20 on our previous runs. And see if this thing can get into the 1120s or quicker, just stopping and going. I'm not doing puddle prep. I'm not doing no prep racers and spend a bunch of time on the lane. This is get out on the streets of Mexico, look around, stop, go. This is as real as it gets. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna bench race here since the weather's pretty comparable to the last time. I'm gonna say 11:21 at 124. Is going to be the new time with like a 182 or a 183 60 foot. If it goes better than that, I'll be ecstatic. But let's see what we can get. I'm excited to report back here in a few minutes. Wheel hops like crazy. There it goes. There it goes. Come on, baby. Going uphill a little bit. This thing wheel hops like crazy. Folks, Man, I'm so pumped right now. I know I acted like an idiot in that video probably, but you know, when you have like this idea of what's going to happen and it actually happens like that, I was a little disappointed on the first 2 runs. I'm going to go over all 3 runs I just made. But man, like once I don't know how many of you have actually done this stuff and had like a goal or an idea in mind and it doesn't happen, then it happens. It's very exciting. That's why I do this stuff. I'm not doing this stuff for you guys. This is stuff that I've been doing for many years. I just wanted to put it on this channel for you guys. So without further ado, let's go over these results that I'm so pumped about. We got out there on the streets of Mexico on a farm ranch road, and the very first hit was like a wheel hop and a skip to 1136, a 19660 foot. Right away, I was disappointed. The weather and the DA is very similar to the first video that you guys saw. I was a little blown away actually, because I thought that no matter what, going out on this tire period would instantly have multiple tenths results, right? Improvement. So we get out there, make a rip, and we're right where we were in the first video. Okay. 1130s. Yes, we set a new personal best, a tenth of a second. Okay. The second pass was almost identical. Okay. And I want to confirm a few things. All 3 passes were on different patches of the road. The tire pressure is 20 PSI. It started out at about 17, but it got higher on the gauge as we went. So mile an hour was really close. 60 foot was really close. Very consistent, just like all these results. Really consistent. Everything's valid, by the way. The first video, a couple of the things were valid and then invalid because of satellites. Those of you that know, you can't film with an invalid satellite, so take it for what you will, but I just ran all these passes in similar weather, so the car's, right there. Second pass, 1137 at 123. All the stuff was really similar. 0 to 60 was within a tenth or so. And then here's the thing on that third pass, right when it took off, I was kind of like shocked because there was no tire hop. The programming in the car, everything just worked perfect. The patch was perfect. Maybe I was able to focus a little bit better because it was in an area where I wasn't being rushed. I just did a quick haze of the tires to clean them off, which I try to do every time I do this to keep things consistent. And as soon as I let go, it was just the smoothest. So that pass went a 168 60 foot, which on the Dragy's typically half a tenth to a tenth slow on the 60 on the readout. That could have been a high 1.560 foot. Okay, so we went a 168 60 foot. The 0 to 60 time improved from like a mid 3 to a 3 flat. A lot of people get 2s on these cars and all these other cars on the dash readout. That's with the rollout. I'm pretty sure the Dragy's definitely more accurate. That's the true. Once you crack that movement, that's the true 0 to 60. We went a 303 and almost into the 6s in the 8th mile, which is crazy to me, at around 100 miles an hour. And then the quarter mile was a 1099 at 123.92. Folks, this car impresses the crap out of me. It has an air filter upgrade. It has a muffler upgrade. It has, wider than stock wheels and tires. It's got some aero stuff on it. Other than that, man, I'm so impressed. So let's back up a little bit. So when we mounted the drag radials, I wasn't that impressed because they're really hard. I'm still not impressed. I think that what you just saw is the stars aligned on a pass, and I was able to get that 1099, and that was what I really wanted. I wanted to get this thing into the 10s without more than adding those tires. So again, your average person throws these tires on. I only got a tenth of a second improvement, and who knows if that was actually the tire, because the 60 foot was very similar. It could have just been a little bit drier air than the last time we were out. Nonetheless, we definitely picked up a tenth of a second right out of the gate. And then after I drove around a little bit, I got some heat into the tires, and then I was able to focus. And then, you know, the spot that I just went to 1099, the concrete patch right there over on the overpass is on the little bridge right there, was a little bit cleaner, you know, than the other ones. It wasn't dark and slick. So, you know, I guess you could say the concrete maybe was a little bit more fresh. Nonetheless, results are results. You know, if I was at the drag strip, we would be seeing these similar results, except for the car would be faster, right? I'm just really happy. You know, I can't even express it enough. Now, the problem I'm going to find with these tires is, you know, this car's a stock tuned car with just a couple little very small common upgrades. No headers, no ported intake, and I will be doing a ported intake test next, by the way, with a throttle body conversion. But anyways, what's going to happen when I throw nitrous on it, or turbo, or supercharger, or whatever? These tires aren't going to work, guys. You know, I was hopeful that I was just going to go out there and they were just going to set me back and dead hook, but you saw the video. You know, the car just acted like it did the last time. It spun and wheel hopped and short shifted. So again, I got lucky on that last pass. I don't think I could get that lucky with a stock tire, so I'll give these tires that. You know, I also want to give it some time. I mean, I just put these on. I don't even have 100 miles on them. So as these tests come through and I do more testing, I will continue to give my thoughts on these tires. The reason I bought them is because I believe it was Summit Racing had them in stock, and they were $359, I believe, on sale. You know, if they work at this power level, it's a no-brainer for that price. So they were here in like 2 days. But anyways, thank you guys for watching these videos. Apparently, you know, people are liking them because, you know, I only have a few subscribers, but I mean, all the videos are getting thousands of views. I plan to keep on doing this. It's not something I want to make a career out of, or I aspire. I mean, I have another business I'm focusing on. I just want to put this stuff out there and show people what I'm doing. That's it, plain and simple. If you do like what I'm doing, you know, like the video, comment, you know, show some support, subscribe to the channel, share it, and we'll have some more coming up. I got some really cool stuff coming. I've mentioned it a few times, but stay tuned.